Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. I am broadcasting live. It's on another surprise because it's a Wednesday. Honestly, I'm not bothered to do a video, but I really want to share a couple of stuff. So, it's always a risk doing a live session without telling everybody, because I might be speaking to nobody on the platform because it's out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, especially YouTube is my main key one. So if anybody's there live, please just tell me if you are there and you can hear me, because I want to share a couple of stuff. It's been a long day at work, so sometimes when you share a live session, you can get a gist of what other people are feeling, because it comes to a point with stocks investing, it's quite hard to catch the real niche in the market, what people are thinking, because like I said in my last video, it's getting boring, one. And number two is people's portfolio getting all-time high, two. And number three, is it going to pop? Is it going to drop? Even if it pops, it's not going to be too dramatic because we're on the recovery. I think we're in a comfortable zone going past Halloween. So I don't want to create drama. I know folks are going out there, 5 best stocks that we need to grow, stocks that we can buy post-season earnings, top gaming stocks. I've seen it out there. But for me personally, buying stocks back in 1st of January was the boom. Don't miss the boat. Buy it, even though if it dips, buy it. But now everything's all-time high. It's quite difficult to be buying stocks. So that's why I thought, go on live session, see what folks are thinking. And I've got a couple of stuff I want to share. Obviously, I'm not just going to fly by and pretend. So if this is a recorded session that folks are watching after recording, especially my viewers from the Far East, because it's right midnight now and you guys will be sleeping. So, good morning to you if you're watching this, or good afternoon. But then focus will be on the guys who are here, who attend. So I am watching the comments box and I can see Aaron Kishing. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Lastminute.com. But, I thought, at least once in 2 weeks, I need to say hello to everyone and share what I feel, So Jatin, how are you doing, Jatin? Nice to see you, as always. I'm sure you're not on your Peloton bike today, or you might be on your Peloton bike, so just be safe. Min Kwa, how are you doing as well? Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. If you have been in my live session, I am terrible at names, okay? And Dipesh, so Dips, I know your nickname Dips, and a few times I've pronounced it wrongly, but Dips, it's good to see you. Thank you very much for attending every time. And BNB365, one of my favorite commenter, very intriguing comments every time. You always push me to the edge, thinking, man, what is the next big stock? It keeps me thinking. I like this community. It's everybody's trying to find a hidden gem, and it's always good to see you guys. Yitong Pan, how you doing? Thank you very much. And it's good to see it. And Adrian as well. Adrian, thank you very much for coming. So it's great. And I can see BNB365 saying, how can a person like me who likes bargain invest in blockchain? Yes, I've seen that. You notice I've not answered your question because it's so difficult. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to say go invest in crypto mining kit, because with the proof of stake moving for Ethereum, that market is going to be, it's only Bitcoin. The Chinese are not. So Argo blockchain and stuff is going to be difficult. I like the software side of crypto, but I cannot think of what ways you can invest in blockchain without handshaking the real coins, So something we can speak about later on, because I will. Just a recap of what I want to do today, guys, is really I want to speak about the earnings. Q3 earnings is over. When my earnings season starts like this, it starts off with Netflix and it ends with CrowdStrike. That is my team, okay? Starts with Netflix, ends with CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike's over, season's over for me. I don't care who comes with anything else, unless it's something big. So I really want to speak about 4 winners, 3 losers, and 3 slippers of my point of view, like whole summary recap. And I'm going to walk through what I think, what do and don'ts and what I expect. And also the second segment, I will speak about crypto. Yes, I've already announced I'm bringing crypto back. It's not really point to speak about family coin, family investment, 2 different platforms, 2 different branding. It's hard for me to do the videos as well. I just had enough. I'm doing this to help folks. The last thing I want to do is spend my time trying to restructure. So I'm bringing it all together. I will speak about crypto. I'll speak about stocks, because I believe both goes hand in hand. It's not taboo. It's a real investment. Okay, so good. Thank you very much for those attending. So let's begin. I'll go back to my comments, but I need to switch the screen. So again, hello to all those watching on the pre-recorded rerun, and I'll try my best to give you as much information value as possible. Okay, so banner. So what I really want to do is, welcome back to Closing Bell. This is a version of Closing Bell. I like the live session, but I want to speak about the 4 winning stocks. Let me turn that off. I should have been on ticker. Let me edit it. Not scrolling. Okay, so it's not scrolling. Now it's on the banner. So the 4 winners that I like in the Q2 2021 earnings only today. So stocks and technology stocks, and also one of them is the finance one that I like. So if you followed me on Discord, I speak about them and I do like them. And it's one of those where I want to buy more of them, but I'm so stuffed with my other stocks. I wish I got extra cash, but I want to share with you guys. So if you guys have a room for it, you can add it in. So the first one that I want to speak about, I think it's a clear winner that sprung by surprise. It dipped on the first day. I don't know why. Is SEA Limited. Okay, this stock's momentum is enormous. When I saw them in 2020, even before the COVID, the momentum is so strong. They're pushing up. They're making a loss. They're doing the typical Amazon. They're following the Amazon textbook. And yet, time and time again, they still defy the odds for expanding overseas. I cannot find a fault. I really need to find a fault in it because they're executing the perfect plan. Sometimes, I missed it, but I'm watching it as well. I know I've missed the boat, but guys, people investing, and I speak about it quite often. I'm thinking, I'm sure there's something missing that you cannot expand so fast in different continents at such a fast rate. But the numbers, the earnings show it all. So where I want to do is go on hyperchart. Let me share my screen. Share screen. I'm going to share my screen. Hypercharts here. Okay, hypercharts. I love it, guys. I love it. So this is one of the go-to every single day for me, even though it's only important during earnings, but I still go back to refresh and to remind myself what is going on. It's just the chart tells 1,000 words, Chart tells 1,000 words. So I like, some people call it a hockey stick curve. Okay, when it begins slow and then boom, it looks like a hockey stick and it goes straight up. That were the Netflix and Amazon back in the last decade. And SEA Limited, look at that hockey stick. It's just going even higher. And what we can see there is the sales of goods is growing. In the beginning, we were seeing a lot of their digital entertainment. They were driven by the gaming system. They made money from the gaming devices, digital currencies, and then using that to fund their capital for the sales revenue and expansion. And it's working. It's working. It comes to a point where the sales are really surpassing. And I can really add to that. The COVID really helped this curve at this point here. So they're soaring up and they're expanding more and more. They're expanding from the west to the east. East to the west. They went from Asia to Brazil, and now all the way back to India, and moving that way. And I don't know how they're going to fix the logistics. So I can see issues in futures about how they're going to fix the logistic in the same continent and where they're going to get the goods from. Most of the goods, I suppose, are from China. Shipping, have that sorted out. So some of the details I don't really see. And the funny thing about SEA Limited for me is a lot of investors come from the Far East, like from the West. And none of these investors have ever used SEA Limit, and they believe in it so strongly, especially on Twitter. I don't want to make fun of them. It's like, it's like me trying to invest in Teledoc. Well, I've never used Teledoc, and I'm not in Europe. Teledoc is really not for us, so I can't see what's happening, but I can solely invest. So it's like the same for SEA. But again, the numbers crunching, it shows revenue, operating income. The only thing that really bogs me down is we're paying future 21x. It's okay. 21x is high. It's crazy. Back in 2010, that's crazy. That was Tesla. 21x. That was Tesla. Yeah, people said you are crazy. Okay, in modern day today, overpaying is fine. So the only thing that we need to see, like I said, is we need to see this thing slowly decrease and boom, jump. Okay, we need to see the jump. We have seen that on Shopify. Okay, let me remind you the ideal growth story, the ideal growth success. This is what you should see. You see losses, and one day, boom, there you go. It's the jump. We've seen that on Twilio. Okay, not Twilio. It's not Twilio. Who was that I've seen it in? Is it Salesforce? I can't remember now. So Shopify is one that I can't remember the second one. It's definitely not Twilio because it's still in the red. So that's where I'm coming from. So SEA Limited, you're paying for this price. As long as they do that reversal, you are fine. But I think they are on target as soon as they expand more and more, and profit, the margin is going up. So they're making more per dollar. Operating income growth is still growing. So folks owning SE, do not sell, hold it, buy on the dip, do what you can. This might be your next millionaire stock. This might be your next Shopify. This might be your next Netflix. So anybody who bought it under 200, you have got yourself a winner, and congratulations. So that is the real winner for me for this season. But there's three other ones. Okay. So the next one that I really think it's also a winner, very, very biased, is AMD. Okay, I like AMD, and forecasting. I always forecast it. I'm very nervous about my forecast because I put it out there. I don't want to be the laughing stock, but guess what? The stock is laughing. What a bad pun there. Anyway, multiples. Earnings have gone up. Okay, before it went across that border of the $100 per share, AMD is sitting about 110. The multiples went from 12, dropped to 8, and I went, yes, man. Yes, and then it's gone out, it's back up to 10 again. So it's catching up, it's multiple. So the multiple is something that we need to watch out. So hypercharts, yeah, what I like about it is there's this part where they've got their market cap and revenue multiples. Look, this is what I like. People don't really look at it. It's just a straight line, but no, it makes a huge difference by quarter. So look, like I said, so the multiples per quarter is always around about the 8 mark, the 7 mark. So this is based on the price during the earning day, yeah? So and guess what? The multiples is coming down each and every earning. And the last earning, it was 6. And then because it pushes the share price up to 110, 125, that's why we're seeing a multiple of 10. But at that earnings at that day for the share price, around about 89, 90 for the earnings, it was around 6. So it's cheap. That's what I bought in. That's what I thought, it's an opportunity you shouldn't miss. And now obviously it's gone back up to 10. So hang fire before anybody buys. So again, AMD forecast for this year, 60% growth. Last year, 60% growth. Hopefully next year, another 60% growth. If they keep doing that, boom. My target of AMD going 200, 300, 400, it should be on target for my retirement day of 2025. So anybody buying AMD are asking me saying, Alex, is it still a good time to buy? For me, yeah, it's a good question. Somebody actually asked it on Discord channel today. And if you've not been on Discord, please sign up because it's a great channel, great contributors. I'm so proud of it. It is not a channel just for me. It's a community. We've got great guys like Marco, Brian, who speaks about crypto. And then we've got Ballbench, we've got Zebu, and then we've got the likes of our good old oh god, I forgot his name. Matthew Investing, who contributes, Green Sky, and everybody who contributes. And it's not just me alone. Everybody's contributing. So join Discord, okay? If you've not got the link, leave a comment. I'll drop the link halfway through. And look, AMD share price. People asking me, Alex, is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? So this is my game plan, okay? I've shared this, but I'll share this again live. So at 120, I did swing. I did sell around about 118, 120. So it hit 125. I sold 120. It went further up and then it dropped back to 119. So I swing 120 on my eToro. So there's around about, I would say about 10% of my holding. So I swing 10%. I drop it back down. It dropped to 104, 105. I bought back in again. So 104 to 108 is the region which I find comfortable for AMD cruising for at least another quarter or two. If they cruise the next quarter, even though they beat earnings, it doesn't really bother me. So I don't expect them to start breaking 120, 130, 140 pretty quick until the Christmas earnings is sorted. So it's going to go sideways. But if it goes too high, guys, do take profit, do trim it down, because some of the Wall Street bets pumping, option trading are mental. They just overpay stuff. So don't fall into that. But again, accumulation, high concentration is something that. But if you want to swing trade to raise capital, fine. That's fine if you, because end of the day, the worst case is if you sold it and it keeps going up, you can always buy back in the momentum. It's one of the stocks that the earnings will not disappoint you. Okay. This current time, semiconductor. Okay. So that is my second one. AMD, my second winner. So who is my next one? You'll be surprised at this. You're going, Alex, you've changed. What's this? You are a traitor. Goldman Sachs, guys. Goldman Sachs. They were the first one, actually, before Netflix to do their earnings. And guess what? I am blown away by Goldman Sachs. But let me find, how am I going to go back and find the search box? For some reason, I can't get the search box. So give me a second. I've lost my search box on Hyperchart, so I need to go and reset the whole thing. Technical error, technical glitch. So okay, Goldman Sachs, GS for low. So why do I like Goldman Sachs? Because remember, interest rates are rising soon. And who will be the winner? For the financial sectors. I don't like to invest in like the banks, like the HSBC or the Lloyds. I prefer banks with an investment background. Why? Because Goldman Sachs actually did quite well during the COVID, yeah? So COVID crash, boom, they actually did quite well Q2, a bit dead, but they started doing well at the financial Q1 after that. So why? Because they've got the investment sector, the IPOs that have been launched. So they actually made money unexpected, a bit earnings, a bit top, bottom earnings, and they've done great. And imagine the interest rate coming up, and now more and more IPOs in future, and more people borrowing money, and more people going to private investment. It's going to be really beneficial for Goldman Sachs. Multiple factor at 2.2. I think there's a good dividend returns. Revenue growth is 8.3. Remember, it's not a growth stock, but the interest rates will bump all this cyclical stocks. It's part of a cyclical stocks where it's still, within the trend of interest rate come, they'll be booming. So net income is good. It's not, you don't treat them as a growth stock. You need to treat them as a dividend return on the recovery climb, because once interest rate starts booming, 1%, 2%, 3%, they'll do well. It's one of those easy hold for 1, 2, 3 years. And that's what I really like about them. But one thing that's really shocked me, which I've shared with my patron before, which I will share with you now, but let me get the information and refresh, okay? It's really, really shocking to see how cheap Goldman Sachs can be. I think they are worth 1,000 by intrinsic calculation. So let me show you, okay? So let me show you. So Goldman Sachs, let me just remind myself what their EPS earnings were. And the internet's a bit slow just now. So, okay, here I go. So EPS is very important. So I'll just do a rough estimation EPS. So 15 is around about 15 is going to drop back down. So let me take an average of, let's say, 15 times 4. So 15 times 4 is about 15, 30, 60. So 60 on the EPS earnings for the year. Okay, so I'm going to use my calculator here. I don't know if you guys have been on my website, but I've got a Graham's intrinsic calculator. So it's around about share price is what again? Is it 400? Let's say 400. Last 4 quarter, let's say 60. Let's say 55. Okay. I'm going to reduce my interest rate yield just in case interest rate rise to 3.2. Okay, or 3.0. Let's be super conservative. Growth is around about 8%. And I mean, look at that. Intrinsic share value is calculating it to be a $2,000 share. Okay, let's it's a bit crazy. Okay, let's reduce the EPS. Let's say the EPS is reduced a bit. I don't think they'll be issuing more shares, so it's not going to reduce it. So reduce on 50, interest rate squeeze it out a bit more, 2.5. I'm going to retain it 7.7. Even at that rate, yeah, I'm not pushing it down further. So Goldman Sachs, a lot of people always feel that Goldman Sachs is really undervalued because there's such an earning power, and because they bought back shares so much, that's why they've got such high EPS each and every quarter. It's like Google. They have been buying back lots of shares. If you look at Google as well, the EPS is always over 10. It's like Apple's is like 1 point something, 2 point something. Tesla is at 1.8 because of the stock split. They issue more shares. But Goldman Sachs are not issuing shares. The number of Goldman Sachs shares is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you are an investor who's looking for dividend, who's looking for sort of retirement where you're at the age about 50 going to like 60, and you want to buy some stable stocks, Goldman Sachs should be something that you should hold in your portfolio. So as a young person, should you buy Goldman Sachs? Hey, why not? If you want a bit more defensive, you're not very risk averse, then why not? So Goldman Sachs is something that you should look at. Don't think it's a financial stock. It's not good. It's not a bank stock. It's a real revenue generator. Okay, so my winner, the bit top and bottom, and I really liked it. So the last hero of the day that I want to showcase is Coinbase. Okay, Coinbase earnings was spectacular. It's just mind blowing. I like C. Okay, but I don't own C. But I bought into Coinbase. I had to choose because I think Coinbase is undervalued, under 250, 240 that time, and I bought it. Look, money transaction user has grown, Ethereum usage has grown, the gas fees really helped them. Revenue is just jumping, and the growth rate is just booming. So the growth rate is still over 1,000%. It will settle down, hopefully. Even when I try to do my intrinsic Graham calculation, it just goes 1,000, 1,500. So I don't want to believe that just now. I need to wait for the growth to settle down. But Coinbase, man, and the share price currently under 300, I would buy. If I still had cash, I would buy Coinbase. Okay, I've maxed up Coinbase in my pension. I've swapped out risk transfer my wife's Pinterest for Coinbase as well, as it was a perfect. Pinterest dip dropped by 20%, and swap for Coinbase was the perfect risk transfer for me. But my Pinterest, I've not sold it yet. I'm actually really tempted even talking about it now. So revenue dropped, it was like 40, it dropped to 14.1x. So let me show you that oh, they don't have that chart here. I need to request for it, that multiples chart. So I'm not going to go into too much that, because you've read it already on my video. Coinbase, really, it's the MVP of this season. I like it. Second place would be C. And then you got AMD and then Goldman Sachs after that. So if you're not bought Goldman Sachs, I think it's still a good time to buy. A bit tumbly with the cryptocurrency. I mean, if the crypto drop, if Ethereum starts dropping tomorrow, what's going to happen to Coinbase? Because people realize that Coinbase will make money on people buying and selling and gas fees and fees. Same for Bitcoin. It is, and also their financial institution are buying the likes of Tesla. Elon Musk is going to Coinbase because it's almost as good as starting to get regulated. Okay. So Coinbase is my MVP, and if you guys have not got Coinbase yet, do consider it. Okay, do strongly consider it. That's my take. So now let's go to the 3 losers of this season. Very disappointing. I'm not going to go into detail. It's just so disappointing from this stock. So the first one I really want to speak about the disappointment is really PayPal. Yeah, PayPal. I saw it about a couple of seasons ago, and share price keeps going. I don't know why the earnings don't hit great stride, but at this point, I remember I was at this point when it was not very great growth at Q2 20 and then Q3, and the stocks keep going. The share price keeps going beyond 200, heading for 300, and now it's hovering at 286. And then stuff like, oh, we're going to sell crypto on the 1st of January. We're going to sell crypto to the American market. And then it keeps pumping it up. People like that news. And it never came to the UK until like a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure if it's out. And then now they're saying that they're going to have a stockbroker equivalent. And people are getting excited about it. It's pushing its share price up. But PayPal is quite slow on deployment, I would say. It's not Square. It's not Coinbase. It's very, very slow on deployment. So I'm concerned about the management and how slow they are. Like SCA Limited, okay, go boom, 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 region expansion. What's so difficult about expanding PayPal? You're not setting up a store. You're basically selling an app with link to banks and devices and regulation. You've done it for years, but it's very, very slow. So it's disappointing. I'd rather buy Square over PayPal. Excuse me. So it's one of my losers for the year. Net income is dropping. They need to be careful. They're going to turn into an IBM if they don't start pushing. They're going to start slowing down, and they're going to start paying folks the dividend to keep up, to upkeep. Okay, so I'm not going to speak about too long about the losers, but next I'm going to speak is Pinterest. Okay, I own Pinterest. I was shocked when it happened during the last live session. Pinterest, there were loads of arguments about guys on Twitter saying it's just a one-off where they fail, and the monthly user may have dipped, but they're still up on their progression of their growth. Revenue profits not there. It's just people are coming out from locked home situation, from lockdown. So are we overpaying for Pinterest? It's 15x just now. It's quite high multiple. Sometimes I think, is it a one-trick pony? Is it a social media stock? Some people argue that it's not social media, it's a visual identification stock. All this complicated words that people use. To me, it's a social media stock for Shopify folks. But the thing I don't like about it now is Etsy is flying. Etsy is going above 200 just now. So Etsy and Pinterest used to be like a sandwich and ham. They swim together, and now Etsy is leaving the pack, and then Pinterest is lagging behind. I think Pinterest will still catch up to 60, 65 at some good bullish point when all the markets look good. But for them to break 70, they need a good earnings for the next quarter. So can you wait for another quarter? Can you wait for another 2 quarters? Can you wait till another 6 quarters? 8, not 6 quarters, another year for it to recover back? If you can, fine. It's a great growth stock. Give them a chance to turn it around. There could be the Snapchat. Okay? If you are, buy whole sleep. But if you're one of those saying, oh, wait, there are things elsewhere that I can identify, like Coinbase, like me, Goldman Sachs, that could still run 25%, then it's entirely up to you. That's what I like about retail investing. You are in control. Okay? So that's my loser. If you want to sell, I've given you options. Okay, next, Netflix was also my loser here. Okay, I do speak about that. I'm thinking about it. Oh, man, what are they going to do? They're going to release the gaming platform, but man, I'm thinking, it sounds good on paper, but gaming platform, but what type of gaming are they going to do? Amazon is doing this gaming platform as well. Are they going to create their own games? Are they going to have their own online metaverse game? I don't know. They're going to sell the same apps that they sell on Android and they sell on the iOS store, and they just have another controller that you can play. They're going to make it like Apple TV. That's what I think. But I think there's trial runs happening. So revenue 9.3, earnings still looks great. They're really slowing down. I hope it picks up in the Asian market, but I think you see more Asian subscribers because they're going to this lockdown just now. So loads of folks in like Taiwan, Japan, Asia, they're all signing up to Netflix because they're like new shows and stuff. Netflix needs to start producing quality content. Netflix needs to make sure they focus on continuing the season. Loads of inquiry on Reddit saying that they're not continuing the season. They're really annoyed at Netflix. So they hope that the Disney Plus will carry the trend of high quality streaming type blockbusters, because Netflix is not really producing blockbusters. They're just churning out quantity. So Netflix is a loser for me this quarter, but it's one of those that I always monitor them because I've missed them since 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's something that I will always watch because it's one of the perfect case study. I've seen them grow and I want to see whether they will decline or they might resprout again. So there's something that I do keep an eye for my case study, close to my notebook. Okay, so Netflix my loser this season, but see if they can change next season. Okay, so next, really, before I go look at my comments, I really want to show you the three sleepers. It doesn't mean they're losers, it doesn't mean they're bad, but there's ways that you can really play around them, you know. Amazon will be the first one. Okay, Amazon stocks, they're really going sideways. About 6 months, 9 months now, the share price is literally going sideways. A lot of people have been buying Amazon stocks saying, why did I own Amazon? Why did I not buy SEA Limited? Or why did I not buy Facebook? Why did I not buy Google? Why did I buy Jeff Bezos' company? He keeps diluting his stock. Okay, the reason why it's going sideways here is really a couple of reasons. The divorce, okay? The divorce with his wife, and his wife started selling the stocks, okay? They were selling stocks around about this point, going up, selling stock, boom, it kept dropping. And guess what? Jeff Bezos left the helm and he started selling stocks again. Oh, man, started selling stocks. So stocks are being neutralized with people buying and selling. So it comes to a point where people are asking, is it going to go up? But from a valuation, I think Amazon is still a $4,000, $4,400 stock on valuation. And the skepticism about them trying to go brick and mortar business, it's like the likes of Best Buy, the likes of Costco, the likes of business are going online, but Amazon is going backwards. They're trying to buy brick and mortar. I think they are hiring 1,500 people in the UK today. It's been announced Yahoo Finance. So they're opening shops, delivery trucks are everywhere. They're investing. So hopefully the plan works. But Amazon is one of those companies where if they fail in this plan, they could still revive. Remember, Amazon tried to release a mobile phone and they failed. And guess what? They just flew over because Alexa came in. So things like that. So they can afford to fail. So Amazon is a sleeper stock. What do? You accumulate. If you're a stock investor, you can accumulate as much as you can now. If you cannot find a value and it's a great value stock. Okay, that's one. Second is you have loads of cash. If you're an option play, I think it's one of the hardest option play trade because the option play trade, Amazon to do puts to buy at 3,500, you need 1,000 Amazon shares. No, 100 Amazon shares. So if you've got 100 Amazon shares and you want to put options because it's going sideways, fine. 3,500 is quite a good strike point. Okay, so that's me for Amazon. But what is my second sleeper? My second sleeper is good old Tesla. Tesla is also a sleeper. I'm not surprised that Tesla is a sleeper. Stock price is going sideways. It's doing well. It's on target. It's got FSD surprise this year. It's on target. The AI is a surprise this year. People are screaming and shouting. Why? Remember, Tesla has gone up quite high. They're coming down with the multiple. Let me show you, okay, if they have it here. Look, their multiple, revenue multiple is slowly coming down. So every time they start Q3 and Q4, this multiple will slowly pull back down to earth. So basically, people paying for the price back during the stock split, people are pumping up the price. You're already paying for the future price. I've said it many times. You're paying for the future price. But eventually, when it catches up to next year, another 60% growth, then it will start swinging back up again. So life beyond 1,000 for Tesla will happen in Q1 minimum. If not, then Q2 for 2022. For the time being, like we've seen, I don't know if you guys watch it, one of my favorite YouTubers out there, Chicken Genius, he knows that it's going to go sideways. He said it. And what he's done is he's done put options, a strike price of 720, I believe, and he's been making reoccurring income every single month, like 2, 3, 4 grand, 2, 3, 4 grand on a couple of contracts. So one contract, 100 Tesla stocks, and he owns Tesla stock. He can put them to sell at 720. And if it doesn't strike 720, he claims the premium. That's all you do. So one of the sideways stocks is really, really beneficial for option traders. Something that you need to think about. Okay. So really, I'm going to close this off. I'm going to go back and just look at question and answers before I go to my next segment, get a drink of water on crypto stocks. So really, those are my winners and the losers. So SEA, just to recap, SEA, AMD, Goldman Sachs, and Coinbase, I like about it. SEA, I think it's a bit too late to buy. AMD, we still can buy, but wait for the dip, around about 104 and below. Goldman Sachs, if you're one of those that you want to get some settling down, reduce the risk, Goldman Sachs is a great stock to get. It's still got so much upside. 412, no problem. If it drops to 400, buy it in. It did drop to 400 last week. Coinbase, I think it's still a great buy, anything about 300. Okay. The three loser stocks: PayPal, Pins, Netflix. I mean, if you can hold for another 3 quarters, no bother, fine, hold it. But if you're going to buy on a dip, seriously, there are other areas to buy on a dip. And if you're going to risk transfer, plenty. I've just told you the winners that you can risk transfer to. And now the 3 slippers: Amazon, Tesla, Shopify, Amazon. Did I just give you how many slippers I give you? Amazon, Tesla, the slippers. So they're going sideways, but there are ways to play around them. And there's a reason why they're going sideways, because Amazon, you eventually hits it. Eventually, you rise to 4,004, but give it time, consolidation time. Tesla, it will be Q1, Q2 next year. So folks that I've spoken to in private, that they say, can I take Tesla? Can I sell Tesla and come back later? Of course, it's not going to happen until the end of the year. I mean, if Tesla rise, the max you goes 820. Don't count on me, but that's what I think. If I need to take money off Tesla, fine. In fact, I did. I sold Tesla at 660 and bought Nvidia before the run up again. And actually, that was a good move. So that's me on the stocks. And now I'm going to go back on the comments to see what everybody is discussing on the comments. So let me just go and see where I last left. And somebody spoke about Netflix here. I was BNB Trace. I was wrong about Netflix, and you were right. I was convinced they picked. You're right. I was convinced they picked. Yeah. So yeah, it's just coincidence. I was speaking about Netflix as well, and I think that comment came in way before I spoke. It's about half an hour ago. Yeah. So Netflix. The thing is, Netflix here, every time I say they peak, every time they've got bad earnings, they keep to turn it around. That's why I missed them in 2017, 18, 19. I was still missing them later years. So, but it's one of those, if you didn't catch them early, it's hard to catch them now, unless they're turning around with something different. So I think there are other avenues to visit. So like BNB 365, so many bullish like Neo, even get to buy one. It's like so many bullish on Neo, we'll never get to buy one. I think Neo, I still like Neo, still bullish, but again, we're paying for future price again. Things like that. So I'm just looking through Daipesh. Woot woot. I love AMD. AMD is the king, man. We all love it. All love it. Jordan Shields, how are you? First time we've seen you. So just bought another 10K today. Wouldn't mind seeing it come down some more. So I presume you might be talking about SCA or AMD, because I'm looking at the timeline, So yeah, good. We are buying high concentration, good quality stocks. So good on you. It's one of the stocks you buy, you can sleep on it, you don't have to care, watch the earnings, go out for a run, come back, earnings great, and fine. Dip comes in, buy more. That is the strategy, man. That strategy. So BMTs, although I work for Lloyd's. Oh, hello. You work for Lloyd's, you work in banks, the US specialist. HSBC is dead. Work for Lloyd's, I can say that a well-run, safe company and have stuff for discounted share. Yes, I heard about the share scheme at 52 weeks low discount, 10%, 3 years of monthly contribution. Really? Good. Yes, I heard about. I've got a friend who, a colleague that was in the office. Wife works for Lloyd's, and she has loads of Lloyd's stock after the financial crash. So I might be wrong about Lloyd's. Sometimes the word from folks working there might weigh a bit more than me. So Lloyd's might do a turnaround. We don't have Lloyd's up in the UK. I think it's Halifax, or did they break off Halifax? Is it Halifax? Bank Scotland? Royal Bank Scotland. Yeah. So well-run, safe company and have staff discounted shares. It's good, guys. Take a note of that. It's good. It's good to know if you're a UK investor, Lloyd's. I think the dividend might have returned, so it's something that you should check. Okay, thank you for that. BME365. Why Coinbase doesn't follow logical trend? Yeah, Coinbase is still following that Bitcoin cycle and Ethereum cycle. I think soon they'll break off. Soon they will be like London Stock Exchange, for example. I mean, if Shell and HSBC goes up and down, well, does it affect London Stock? They don't care. They make money on fees. It's something that people need to think about. But I suppose with Coinbase, they have to buy lots of coins to make sure that exchange goes smoothly, the transactional process. They don't get bottleneck. But give it time. Give it time. They're still, they are about 8 years old. Established 1 year IPO, lots of money cash in. What they're going to do? Regulation. They fix that, and it keeps us really, really safe. Okay. Hello, Daisu X Dark. What are your thoughts on ChargePoint? Okay, it's a question I get asked every time, and I always keep saying that I need to go and look up, but I don't. I am sorry, but let me look at ChargePoint's last thing. So let me show you the share screen. stop share screen. Oh, wait, I can just add to stream. Oh, kaboom. Oh, they don't have charge points chart here. So CHARG point stop. I think the thing I like about ChargePoint, the only thing I really like about ChargePoint is part of a couple of ETFs, a couple of green ETFs actually hold ChargePoint, and they hold like battery, lithium, ion type manufacturers, mining, and it's within the ETF. So if it's one of the stocks that's in the ETF and the stocks goes booming up, it actually pulls ChargePoint's share price up. So that's what happened like when Biden got into the hot seat. So I'm just looking at the stock just now. It looks like it's starting to really, really bottom out. So after the Biden election effect, it really come down. It tried to come back up, it fell down again. So it's one of those $6 billion company. I think it started off when around about $14. So it was around about 2 to 3 billion companies, and then it got pumped and back down again. So you just need to give it time. It's one of those that it will happen. It depends on the contract. There's a risk of it failing. Revenue is 146 million. That's all right. The companies that's sitting at 6 billion. Yeah, the revenue is like 20 million. I don't think even Fiverr's revenue is 146 million per year. Let me double check. I can't remember what Fiverr's earning is per year. Fiverr. So annual Fiverr's earning per year. Oh, sorry, it's about 200 million. 200 million now, and they are about $6 billion company. So 200 million, $6 billion company against ChargePoint, who is 146 million revenue at about 6 billion. So it's around about the same. So they just have to really grab contracts. So I think they're quite at the bottom point. If me, without drawing trend lines, I see that trend filling in at 20. So it looks like starting to establish is really, really a break point at 20. So if you bought it quite high, it could be quite risky. But if anybody wants to buy on the depth on a future charge, but I think it's a good entry price at 20. If I'm just plotting a really quick mind trend line here. Okay, but something that I cannot really speak about because I'm not viewing it the first time. But revenue 146 million compared to Fiverr, who's 206 billion. Maybe it might come down to 19, 18 just to keep it on par to that level. Okay, so what's next? I noticed someone speaking about Rai Harrison. How are you doing? What's your plan on upward in Fiverr? Do you still see any catalyst in the short term? So let's speak Fiverr. Yeah, let's speak Fiverr. I did look at it briefly. So for me, I think I've not done a video for quite a while, but as I remember, I think Fiverr, when I did the valuation, it was 170, 160 to $180 stock for the year 2021 when they hit their targets. So we're paying for that value. And then now, if you want to push it high, it's actually next year's value, 2022. So Fiverr at 178, you're already paying up the upfront price for the next 9 months. So they will still be volatile, 25, but in terms of the fundamentals, in terms of the earnings, in terms of revenue, they are beating it. They will be beating quarter and quarter and quarter. And all I can say is Fiverr, I tried using Fiverr in the last few weeks. Yeah, I spent so much Fiverr this month, trying to get thumbnails generated, trying to offload my work. And I cannot find freelancers because they're so busy. Folks have got 15, 20 gigs lined up. They cannot accommodate me. Despite the fact they've risen the price, they can't accommodate me, which is good news. So if freelancers go into such a high demand, they can raise their price. When they raise their price, it raises the price of the commission taken by Fiverr. And what happens? It boosts the revenue. It boosts the revenue. It gives opportunity for the freelancer to start building a team together, building a company together. Because at the end of the day, when freelancers, when they work by themselves, fine. But if they start building a team around their brand because they've got 100, 200, 300 reviews, it's a good thing. I don't care if you're from India, Pakistan, from Brazil, from in Cornwall, or if you're sitting in Germany. As long as you start building a proper well-run oil company, it helps Fiverr. And the thing now, people don't want to leave Fiverr. I've asked quite cheekily to some say, "Oh, can I pay you outside through PayPal? Will you like me?" I said, "No, I want my reviews. The reviews are getting me the jobs. I rather go through the review cycle process. If anything fails, they have Fiverr to back up the seller or back up the buyer." So for me, freelance is key. Freelance is essential. And if you go to KFC or McDonald's tomorrow, you can see the amount of queues that's lining up. So freelance economy is booming. It's really helping people keep up to the inflation going up day by day. So for me, it's a good buy. but it's only the price point. If you drop 165, 160, always buy it. If it be beyond 180, but if it goes above 180, then you have to think you're really overpaying for it. So I do like Fiverr. But Upwork, I've got a special reserve for Upwork. Oh no, Upwork, yeah, Upwork. And it's just, we see them climbing, but it's who they're serving. I mean, Upwork seems to serve like corporate companies. I go to Upwork, I cannot afford to pay anything on Upwork. They're too expensive. I go to Fiverr, anybody can buy any stuff from Fiverr. And if you want to go, if a company wants to look for a special artist, if you want to buy NFTs, if you want somebody to design NFT, Fiverr's got it. If you want to design NFT, you go to Upwork. They're not there yet. They're not catching the trend. So Fiverr, it's a safer investment. So that's my thought. That's my really, really short-term thought about Fiverr. I think if you can hold 22, 23, 24, fine, they'll be good. Like I said before, $6 billion company, Fiverr, I can easily see them as a $15 billion company. But what happens after 15 billion is something for us to see on the roadmap. So a 3x from here, it's fine. And up to 2025, 26. But what's life beyond that is something for you to visit. To see what they will evolve into, like how Netflix evolved from a company that just serves American programs, TV programs, and become a movie blockbuster. That's the evolving we want to see. So that's my thought on Fiverr. Still bullish, and I never doubt. I never put them down. Okay, so big tech companies going to gaming, probably Frontier building Team 17 or Tiny Build Team 17. Something I need to look at. Yeah, and. Do you know how I can cover calls in UK brokerage? I think there's one. I don't know. Jatin's not here to support me. I think there's one in the UK. I cannot remember the name now. UK broker option trading. This is the name's gonna come to my hand. Saxo. That's the one. Saxo. Okay, I've not used them, so I cannot really comment on, but I think somebody on the Discord channel has used them. And they highly recommend them. And it's a British company. You can pick up the phone and call. For me, my option trading experience, I'm not going to say it's great, but I know what I need to do, and I'll be doing a look next is on Interactive Broker. And because I've got stocks on Interactive Broker already, so if I want to put a put options, I'll put a put options on the stocks that I hold. Like if I want to put a put option on Pinterest, I can do that because I've got 1,000 Pinterest shares. I can start putting put options to sell it off. So Saxo is the place to be, but not go Interactive Broker. But the only problem Interactive Broker, if nothing goes wrong, if you can work it on your own, fine. But if you need to pick up the phone and call, it'll be somebody somewhere in California, halfway through the morning, or somebody in Russia. So there's nothing local that you can call, but they fix the problem pretty easily and professionally. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I was going to say, I think lots of YouTubers do that. So before you go, please remember to click the like button so other people can see this channel while it's on live stream. Please do click the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. That's one of those key points that I need to shout out every time. Garfield Grant, how are you? Nice to see you. I've seen you commenting on both Family Coin and Family Investment. Just to remind that Family Coin will be over because I'm bringing back to Family Investment. So you don't have to jump front and back to watch my videos. So Coinbase, great. I like it. You like it. Cryptos, you like it as well. Lemonade, I like it. It's overvalued just now, but it's a good swing trading opportunity. It's going to be great in future because they're growing by revenue growth. They just have to break that cycle of making money, but it's going to take years. So if you're young and you're there to accumulate, you need time to accumulate, Lemonade's for you. So that's my point of view. Agree. Netflix a tough call, man. Netflix a tough call. And Daisu, he's saying the Lemon has great stock for me. Long term, I'll buy. Understand that. Good. See, good thinking, my friend. Don't see a winning stock, just convert. Remember, guys, yeah, giving you the energy here. The guys who own Tesla, the guys who own Netflix, you think they never went through the ups and downs? You talk to these guys, they went through hell. Okay, they came to a point where sometimes the stock dips so low they want to puke. Okay, they're so worried they had to take time off work. Those were the guys that held. So those are the companies that will do well, but they will hit short-term brick walls. So Lemonade, I see, is one of them. Is disrupting the insurance company. It's not even expanding overseas here, but it needs to expand. It needs to go at a faster pace like SCA Limited. But because they're regulated type products, they need the time to develop. That's why they like PayPal. Again, they're slow, but because it's a regulated product, they need to take time, take step by step. But again, Lemonade. Okay. Airbnb, it could be one of my winners as well. I think A-Beam is good turnaround company. I do like it. And, again, folks asked me a month ago, I said no, but then folks asked me now. I think A-Beam is back, man. It's back up and running at under 140. Great buy. ABNB, good run. Okay. Amazon long-term prediction, is it good to invest or wait for the dip? I mean, Amazon's at the dip. Sri Hari Pavan, Amazon's on the dip. Now 3002. What's the worst they can do? 2008, 2009. They're not going to drop all the way to 1005. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Amazon, loads of cash, great EPS, great stuff, great squad. Azuri is really pushing the pillar up, trying to create their own semiconductor. They might fail in products like phones and video games, but they've got a Twitch device and they are out there to buy more companies. So Amazon. Okay. Good. Alfred Alder. Alfred, how are you doing? I like Ethereum too. We all love Ethereum. Look at what's Ethereum doing today. So maybe this is now a good turning point to go into crypto. Okay, guys, let's speak crypto. Okay, let's speak crypto. So three things that I really want to speak about crypto today. Coin market cap. Oh, I love this website. This is basically the Yahoo Finance for me. So I really want to speak about three crypto. Okay. So Ethereum. I've released a video on my family coin. Not sure you guys have seen it, but I will use the same video and repost it maybe tomorrow or the day after. How I find Ethereum bullish. 9,000 by Christmas and hopefully even further. And now it's really moving the needle. The less and less Ethereum on the market is going to get more and more scarce. And people are burning Ethereum like mad. The gas fees. If you buy an NFT for 1 Ethereum, you're paying like high gas fees. And the gas fees are getting burned. So the amount of Ethereum out there is getting less and less and less. Proof of stake is where we're going to for Ethereum. Now people are still mining. And guess what? The bomb is coming out end of the year. I think around about Christmas or after Christmas, when the bomb goes, poof, nobody can mine Ethereum no more. It's all going to be proof of stake. So you have to put your Ethereum in a pool with everybody else and start mining. If you don't do that, Ethereum will not be coming out of their code, of their blockchain. So I just want to stress Ethereum. Okay. Let me recap. Yeah. Let me drink a cup of water first. But give me, this is very important. Let me drink a cup of water. Let me hold the suspense a bit. Okay. Let me hold the suspense a bit. Okay. We are all family investors here. I see AMD 2x, 3x, 4x. I see Coinbase, maybe a good 5 to 10x on a good day, but another 10 years. I see Tesla another 2, 3x in my lifetime before my target. But Ethereum, yeah, we are looking at Ethereum going from 30 to 30,000 to potentially 50,000, potentially to 60. So it's a really good 10x in there. And when it goes there, it really will hold its value because Ethereum is not going to be just a token. It is not just going to be for gas fees. It is the dApps. It is the amount of developers that's building the whole ecosystem. Solana is bridging the ecosystem in. No, not Solana. Polkadot is bridging a system in. Solana is building an additional highway to make sure that the level 1 sidechain, they can hold the capacity. And it's all complex stuff I'm saying, but just imagine it's like a 3D world that the code is building on top and the application base. It's just coming. It's getting more and more people are going to be using it. And future internet, like domain names, will be owned by Ethereum. So now you've got something.eth, and people are buying up domain names now. So .com will be like first wave for the last 20 years, but the next will be .eth. So much happening on Ethereum. So my point is, hold some crypto, and if you do hold some crypto, buy some Ethereum. That's all I can say. It's going to be a high risk play, but buy Ethereum rather than you try to buy a spec stock. Buy Ethereum rather than you try to buy like high risk stock like Tattoo Chef or Crochet who's dropped, or CCIV who you hope to jump from the ashes up. Because Ethereum, I cannot stress enough. So that is really what I want to share with you guys today. And people, before I made a mistake by listening to comments like saying that, oh, you're talking about crypto again, it's all this pumping. It's not a hype. Ethereum is here to stay. The more I visit, the more I look, the more I try to understand the developer's point of view on Ethereum, where it's going, what they're trying to build. It's decentralized. It's being, especially social media. Yeah? You go on Twitter, Donald Trump speaks something, he gets banned. I mean, maybe Donald Trump should get banned, but there's some folks that speak up, they get banned. But things like that should be democratic. It should be decentralized. People should have their voice somewhere. And decentralized social media will be one huge thing that's coming out of the ground. And you've got decentralized apps as well. Like for example, that game is a Fortnite game. They tried to charge money off Apple. Apple banned them. iOS, Google banned them. I don't think that's right. I mean, people dare to make money. Maybe you can punish them, but don't ban them straight off. So if you've got a digital application that's decentralized, not controlled by a company, it will boom. It's a marketplace that you can go and buy stuff, it will boom. So decentralization is something that's not for me. I can accept both. I don't mind if Facebook takes my data, but my kids generation forward, the next 10, 20 years, the young guys, if you guys are 25, 20, you should be bothered about your data being taken away from you. That you have got information stuck on a server somewhere which could be deployed, it could be exploited. So Ethereum, very, very bullish. I still think that it's cheap, under $9,000. Dollar cost average. I'm not asking you to dump your house mortgage on it. I'm just saying that buy a bit, dollar cost average, put on direct debit, buy it, make sure you don't pay high fees. Okay. So that's me. Let me switch on my banner. Why do I have Tesla and 3 sleeper stocks still on just now? So I need to put in closing bell. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's me on Ethereum. Yeah. So anybody who wants to ask more about Ethereum or who owns Ethereum, please leave a comment below, even for you guys watching on reruns. Yeah. So the second one I really want to speak about, which I have done a lot of research last week, is Kasuma, KSM, the Polkadot ecosystem. So basically what Polkadot does is Polkadot's owner, Gavin Wood, if you can see the picture, he just slipped through there. Gavin Wood used to work as two of the three key holders at Ethereum, but he left. He left, started his own company called Polkadot. And Polkadot, what it does is it's trying to build a whole relay chain network. It's trying to build all different projects, all different coins and tokens coming together as a chain, as a whole parachain, relay chain, to connect a bridge to the Ethereum network, because he knows that it's very hard for developers to create a code on the Ethereum. It needs to pass this around. It's like Apple iOS. If you don't develop an app properly to let it run to bugs free, 100% bug free, you're not going to release that app like in the iOS. It's the same on Ethereum as well. It's very hard. So the developers, where they want to actually launch something and they want to trial and error to fix things as they go along, like YouTube never came in perfect. There was so much bugs, but it took them years to build, but they built data based on the users using them. Polkadot allows that. And what I want to speak about is Kasuma. Okay, Kasuma is a video release, but it might be a bit too complex. So let me re-explain again. Kasuma is a cousin of Polkadot's. Kasuma is responsible to help smaller companies IPO. In token terms, it's ICO. So the companies that've got a project they want to be released, they can't get Ethereum, they get on the Kasuma network, Kasuma to the whole Polkadot ecosystem. To get in there, they have to go for an auction bidding, which is called the parachain auction. So far, they've got 2 parachain auctions started in June. So these are the 5 coins that won: winner 1, winner 2, winner 3. So Karura Moon River has already launched the ICO last week. So they're officially on the Polkadot system, bridge link to the Ethereum network, and they're doing very, very well. Moon River is really highly spoken of. So Moon River, so folks, what you have to do is you have to bid 1 Kasuma coin on the parachain. So 1 Kasuma coin that's cost about $300-400 just now. You bid saying, I would like to vote for Moon River. And when Moon River wins, what do? They give you free coins as a reward for early investors. The word is early investors. So Moon River early investors got around about 15 Moon River coins for free. So if you bid one Kasuma, you get 15 for free. And guess what? On the launch, and as of the share price today, Moon River is worth around about $150. So the return on investment is around about 700% already. So the guys who done it big, loads of millionaires were being built on Twitter. It's noisy as hell on Twitter, but this is the so it's like you investing in Netflix before the IPO. It's like you invest in Coinbase before the IPO. It's like you invest in Amazon before the IPO. That's what Kasuma allows guys to do. Invest in a coin before they go IPO. So batch 1 is done. So now it's happening in batch 2. So I have put a lot of bets on Kilt, and Kilt won today. Yeah. So Kilt has won. They've already closed. So Kilt has won the first parachain. Okay, but it'll be announced on the 8th of September. So there are other projects like the Calamari Network, the Basilic, the Altair. So everybody's got a different functionality. I cannot go into too much detail because it's still mind-blowing. So Kilt, I know, is basically cybersecurity, where they, instead of you signing in on your Google login, your Facebook login, Kilt wants to do it on a decentralized form where you can log in, they will handshake between two entity, but you do not store any data on anybody's server. So you can have your passport, your driver's license are locked in, and you sign into a system, and there you go. You don't have to give away your details. So Kilt is trying to decentralize logging features for cybersecurity. It's great. People love it. I love the white paper. I've gone in. So most likely, my one Kasuma will give me 25 kill. My 10 Kasuma will give me 250 kill. And depending how much kill comes out, so if kill comes out $10 a share, then 250 times $10 a token, I'm making 2,500 returns for free. The only qualms about Kasuma is you have to lock them in for 48 weeks. Oh, there was a mouthful of me trying to explain everything. I hope I made it easy because it's really complex, but I do hope it's easy enough for folks to understand so much potential. So Kasuma, you can basically the summary. If you're watching it, you also scratching and say, "What is Alex doing?" So let me summarize in quick 30 seconds. Kasuma is a coin that you use as a utility to bid. To bid means you invest in a company at a very early phase before the IPO, and the rewards you get is completely free. But the return you have to do is lock your Kasuma for 48 weeks in the system. Why? Because they do not want people to pump and dump. Like IPO, 6 months lockup, people pull, fall. So they want to avoid that. That's why they lock your Kasuma coins for 48 weeks. But the good thing is Kasuma coins will be going up and up and up because they're getting more and more scarce. So many coins will be locked in. So the first batch are still locked in for another about 36 weeks. The second batch will be for it. So they're going to do this parachain auction. There'll be 100 parachains auctions. Not all will succeed, but there'll be a few gems in there. And Moon River is already another one, and the Kilt is the second one. So the sooner you get in, the sooner you identify these key stocks. It's like watching American Idol, really, is it? The first few seasons is great. All the talents are coming, and then after that, it's just a repeat and returning of the same magician, the same dog tricks, the same paratrooper show. So the sooner you get in, I'll highly recommend in the first project. And if you need detail on how you're going to do it, I think I've released a video which I'll share hopefully again on this channel. But any questions, then I'll readdress it again. Okay, so that's Kasuma. That's Kasuma coin. So it's something I need to. So the last one I really want to speak about is even more complicated. Is the Anchor network. Okay, the Anchor protocol, Terra Luna coins. Let me just show you if I get on the right price. So there's this coin called the Terra. Okay, it's the Terra Luna. Here you go, Terra Luna. Terra Luna. About 4 months ago, they were about $2 a share, a token, and now they're up 31. So they're more than 10x. And I know somebody on the Discord channel who has made a killing. Okay, I'm not going to say the name. He's got his identity fee confidential, but he has made a killing. He believed in it so much. He spoke to me about. He private messaged me. I go, let me see. Oh man, that boy made a killing. Okay, and he's done well. He's tried to educate everyone. He's not there to show off. He's always persistently trying to educate folks. So if you're not on the Discord channel, please do get on the Discord channel. Please. It's a great community. It's not my channel anymore. It's a community that I've built, and a community that everybody is building, pushing up. It's everybody's community. It's free. Terra Luna. What is it about? It's not just about the coin. It's got a functionality. Okay, let me explain. Okay, I've just learned this recently. Okay, I hope I can explain this properly. So Terra Luna, you buy Terra Luna. Why do you buy it for? Okay, the end game is you want to make 20% interest rate of return. It's like you go to the bank, fixed deposit. How much do they pay you? 2, 3, 4, 6%, maximum 3,000 pounds, 6%. If you're more than that, they just drop it to 0.2%. They pay you based on UST, which is pegged to the US dollar. 20%, guys. You see that? Is it churning your head? They say it's too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. People are making money. Look at the dashboards, man. Okay, it says million. It's about, is it is it billion? Trillion? What is, how much is that now? 3 billion is being pegged. Yeah, so 3 billion is being pegged. It's still growing, okay? Why am I saying that it's still young? Because if you look at the real Tether, Tether USDT, there's somebody else. They've got a market cap of 65 billion, and Anchor has only got 3 billion. It's still about 20x away, and this is far more efficient than anybody else. Because Tether, when I said Tether, yeah, these crooks here, they are crooks, man. They are 65 billion, but they've got no gold to back them up. But Anchor, they've got people like us to put cash in to back them up. So they've got a collateral. So how does it work? How do you make this really 20%. That's the end game release that you want to make. So the only way to do it is buy. It's like the government. You are like the Federal Reserves here. You basically buy Luna. Okay, you buy Luna. You mint Luna. You don't stake. You don't earn by mining. You actually mint and burn. Okay, so you mint Luna. From Luna, you get your B Luna, which is the bonded Luna. Okay, so you get that, convert 1 to 1. You got 1,000 Luna, fine, you convert B Luna. And what you do after that is you go to borrow. What you do is you don't have to even convert your USD. You bond your Luna. Basically, you put your Luna as collateral. Say, this is my collateral. My house is my collateral. Here you go. When you borrow USD, US dollar from them. So when you borrow, what do you get? So when you borrow, you have to pay 25%. Yeah, you have to pay. But then to make it incentivized, they give you 38% back. So essentially, there's a difference of 13%. So you actually, when you borrow money, you get 13% back. What the hell is going on here? That's exactly what's happening. It's been proven. Loads of guys on Discord are doing it and they're sharing this with me. Now, I am late. This numpty is late. You get 30% rate. And what do you do after that? You go to earn, lock your UST in, and earn 20% interest. It's like crazy. It's too good to be true. I'm asking the question. I waited months and months and months. I'm thinking if I can drop 100 grand in and then give me 20%, I get 20 grand a year. That literally pays for the mortgage. It's like, why am I going to work? You know what I mean? This is the stuff that it's mind blowing that people are making money on a day by day basis. And how far can this go? But what to make it even more complicated, to make even more money, you can go govern. Okay, you can govern basically. You can go liquid pooling where you have to use USDT and the Anchor protocol. If you can sandwich them together, you make 42%, even higher stake. So they want to start making use of the Anchor protocol. So they've got Terra Luna, the USD, and the Anchor protocol. Anchor protocol is like their utility type token. So Anchor protocol has also got a valuation as well. So it's ANC. It's sitting as 3. So for when I was speaking to that fella member, he was talking to me around about May period, around about May, April, June period when it was dropping. He was buying, 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 buying. Okay, he went through a bit of drought and boom, went back. So he bought around about the $3 and it's going back. So it's a utility coin and it's creeping back up. It's getting burned every day. It's going to be scarce at some point in time. So just to recap, if I've lost you there, just a quickly recap, 30-second recap. Terra Luna, it's a coin that's not for proof of work, it's not proof of stake. It's actually trying to govern money circulation. It's a stable coin. It's trying to mimic the US dollar, a stable coin, but in decentralized form. Okay, no government, but you are the government here. So what you do is you buy Luna on any network, you transfer it through your wallet here, put your Luna in, you bond your Luna. Once you bond your Luna, you borrow USD. Once you borrow USD, you get incentivized by getting interest rate 13%. You think 30% is high? It's high. When the guys first started out, it was over 100%. Okay, sounds crazy. 3 months ago, it's over 100%. Eventually, this thing will balance out to almost clear to zero. So the incentivize is they don't want you to lose money, but when the demands creep up, it's going to go to zero. Once you borrow the UST or the US dollar in crypto form, you go and earn your interest fixed rate deposit. Guess what? You can actually deposit and withdraw anytime, but I think and guess what? The payout is every 8 seconds or 60 seconds, but they pay you out every time. So you will see money being built up. And you go to my page and you see all the tokens being earned and gained. I have not done yet. That's why it's empty. I'm waiting to liquidate money so that I can do this myself and do passive income. This is way better than trying to buy passive income, passive stocks and get four payouts a year. This is the real deal. Okay, this is what I've studied for 3 months. I missed the boat. So I hope you guys understand. I'm going to go to the comments to see whether guys have been just go, you've lost me, Alex. You're crazy. You've lost me. But I can re-explain again. I hope to do a video on this, make with banner charts and everything to make sure that folks understand. But first, I need to do it. I'm still waiting for the money liquidation from eToro. So leaving them so that I can start because something personal on the eToro side, which I'll explain later. So if anybody wants to know, leave a comment. I'll explain to you what's happening in eToro. But there you go. That's where I am coming from. Okay. Garfield ETH. Ethereum is a lovely long-term play. Agree. Rainbow Girl. That's Audrey. I think she's trying to catch my attention there. So Audrey, go to sleep if you're still listening. Okay. Aaron Ketching. What are your thoughts on Chinese tech stock and commodities? A lot of YouTubers are saying they probably bottom now and they're heading back up. I have owned a bit of each, but they all look high risk. I've held back my comments on the Chinese stocks, Aaron, and I've seen lots of YouTubers, yes, they spoke about it. So I am casting a different perspective for you guys listening on Chinese stocks. Yeah. So this is my perspective. I don't have a conclusion. I don't want to disappoint you if you're hoping for a conclusion. I don't have a conclusion yet, but I know that I'm not jumping in. So there are loads of things happening. The English media or the English written media are just explaining about what's happening in China from the outside. Okay. I don't read Chinese. My wife can read Chinese. So she reads the media inside from the Far East. So there's a whole restructuring in social form in China. Kids are not supposed to play games, and now potentially they might stop people smoking. So there are loads of very disciplinary act that's going on. So what's good? The hottest agenda just now, the hottest on the tabloids, is basically they're trying to catch up all these wealthy people, all the rich, the Jeff Bezos, the Tim Cooks, the rich people. So that now they're going down to the celebrities. They're going down to Dwayne Johnson. I'm trying to think of celebrities' names here. All the famous people in China. So they're clamping them down because of tax evasion and also uh, housing their money overseas. So they're trying to clamp down on people too rich. They want to, they want to normalize the wealth system. Where I'm coming from is the Chinese don't really care about the stock market. Period. They're making loss. They don't care. They don't care. The stock market will not generate their money. The stock market will generate people outside in the whole world money. They don't really care. They've got a system that's running. They've got a payment system that's running. They've got e-commerce system. They've got a transport structure system that's running. They don't really care. They want to fix the social structure system just now. They want to make sure that the education, the wealth, they're all synchronized and uniform. That's what they're going. They don't really care about the stock market. So when is the stock market going to rise? I really don't know. I did call for February, Chinese New Year type period. Things will come down, a Christmassy type sentiment. So I really don't know just now. I know it's bottom, but it still go down below. But the government do not care about this. They don't care about Alibaba popping out. They don't care because they know that if Alibaba starts dropping off, Pinduoduo can easily pick up the ranks. Okay, if Tesla starts dropping out, leaving China, they can easily boost New up. They can easily boost Xpeng up. So at the moment, it's very very hard. I know investors are going. Technically, it's cheap. Maybe not. I don't know. I think there's still more to unfold in the coming weeks or months. That's for me. So I do think technically Baba is cheap, Pinduoduo is cheap, Meitian Tuanting is cheap. It looks really really appeasing, but that's not what I'm really looking at. But one thing that I want to share, which you may have seen on Financial Times, is the wealth. So the Chinese are trying to clamp down on education, gaming, social, rich people, tax evasion, rich company. But one thing they want to do is they do not want to stop people not investing. You know that the Chinese cannot buy stocks overseas. So now that you're going to use Hong Kong as an access. So what they're saying is every year, this is still on paper, every year they're going to go through HSBC with it. So every year, a single household can invest, I think, 50,000 USD maximum into overseas stocks. So, and I think Financial Times analysts reckons that they can easily raise $3 trillion in a single year just from household money investment, based on about 10 to 25% investors only. So 3 trillion. So there's a market where once that happens, I think we will see an outflow of $3 trillion every year from the Chinese to individual stocks. So who knows that they might want to invest in Tesla, Apple, AMD. I don't know. That is something really promising. But whoever is going to hold that contract, Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan coming, or HSBC or Barclays, they will be minting loads of money from this. So something I'm watching. That's something I'm really finding promising. But in terms of the stocks, it's still high risk. I think it's still high risk. There's so many things it's trying to fix. And the media, the English Western media, are not telling you everything. There's so much hidden agenda that's still going on, flushing out things. So that's me. I've spoken about 10 minutes on that, but that's what I'm really hesitant to do a video because I don't have a conclusion yet. Okay. Okay. Zebu, thank you. I think Charge Point, he's saying that it might be a good entry price on 15. Yeah, that's good. I was thinking about 1820, just a guess, but I suppose Jatin, who is also my staff member on Discord, a very, very valuable member who's done a bit more homework, so 15 and 17. And he's also saying that might be careful. In theory, they should be in a decent midterm infrastructure. Thank you very much. Driving with Lee, a nice name. Do you still use? Yes, I still use Trading 212, and I've seen like the likes of Sasha and a few others YouTubers talking about their risk. So for me, is I've got 2 years maxed out worth of ISA with Trading 212. Not sure if I'm going to put another year's in because technically, it's not really trading 212's fault. I mean, for the next term play for my investment. So let's say by April next year, I get £20,000 or 10,000 and 10,000. So my £20,000, I'm not going to be buying stocks. I'm going to just go, boom, here you go. 10K Nvidia, 10K Tesla, or 777. I'm just going to go drop. So I might be going with Hargreaves Langston for 2021, 2022. So about 2 years with trending to one, I'll still keep it there. But if I decide to move to Hargreaves Langston, fine, because I'm on that way where my investing is really concentration. I'm not there to swing stocks or buy short-term play and all that stuff, because my way forward now is option trading, because I'm quitting eToro. Swing stocks is dead. The 10-15% margin is gone. So I'm going option trade on Interactive Broker. If I want to move trading to, fine. But it's not really doing anything for me. It's literally saying that I've not bought and sold stocks for so long. But I don't think they're a bad company. I know people read the details, but it's not bothering me, really. It's not really not bothering. But if you want to buy, if you've got small capital, you want to buy stocks, I think Trading 212 is the only platform that does well. Stake doesn't do it. Free trade is too slow. So that's I don't think there's anything better. Like, what's better than Robinhood? What's better than Trading 212? So that's my really short-term view. But obviously I have not looked at the details as what every other guys do, because I rather focus on the investing rather than the broker itself. It's like, if you've got a nice guitar, I don't want to start modding my guitar. I want to be playing songs. I don't want to be putting little nice tunes to my guitar. So that's where I'm coming from. Garfield, really? Fiverr CEO is the CEO of Lemonade? Really? But Lemonade is not a Jewish company. Fiverr is a Jewish company. Maybe I'm wrong. I never knew that. Okay, I'll go and check. Unless you're pulling my leg, Garfield. Any thoughts about digital turbine APPS? Again, I don't know much about digital turbines. I do not want. I think I've seen quite a few comments before, but I've not looked at digital turbine stock. But let me quickly look at it. I'm looking at it. I'm doing like quick trending here. 5.7 billion company. I'm just trying to see what the revenues are. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use stock card. It might tell me a bit more. I'm going to go to hyperchart on the second. APPS. 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 Okay. Oh, wow. So digital turbine. Let me just go stock card and just let me brief myself what digital turbine do. So on stockcard.io, high growth, strong, outperform the market. Calm sentiment, so it's a bit calm now. So digital turbine subsidiaries engage in media, mobile communication, driving end-to-end products for mobile operators, application, advertising device. It's quite broad. So let me look at the total addressable market. They are in the technological sector, software application, and the core market is mobile advertising, and they're leading the way. Okay, and Hypercharts are telling me that their Q1 financial year 22, so they're looking ahead, because they're looking ahead Q2. So they've not done the Q2 2022 yet, but last year they've already grabbed about 212 million net income. They're making money. They've reversed it already. Wow. And margin is pretty good, over 33%. The growth is staggering. Wow. Did you just tell me a really great share? Revenue multiple has obviously dropped back to 7.68. Now it's sitting 12. Obviously, people are buying back up. And where I am seeing is the stock price has sort of dipped low, even though they've done very well, unless somebody's telling me that. So for me, it looks like a under $5 billion company. It's doing great revenue growth. It's actually turned its fate around with its reversal on net income. That's what I like. That is exactly what I like. Loss, boom. Keep it consistent. Keep it high. Keep it high. Do not drop. Do not drop the ball. Make money, and revenue keeps going. So Q2 coming. I mean, I don't know when Q2 earnings are, but revenue growth is there. This looks like way better than compared to Fiverr. If they're churning out revenue so easily without relying on vendors like freelancers, I think, Juan, I think it's a good stock. If you own this, it looks like a winner. Just wait for the next earnings and see what happens. But thank you very much. I'm going to write this down on my note here. The apps, and what makes it even better, Juan, what I normally do is the app. Oh, come Come on, Alex. Focus. The apps. App. The is it the app? The app. The apps, not the apps. Digital turbine. You know what? It is so worth it. It's actually in my watch list. Jeez. I will put it's on my US watch list, but I will put on my growth, super growth watch list is the one that I tune to every single day. So apparently I've got it in my watch list already a while ago, but I never looked at them. So thank you very much for that. It's a good. Okay, do you see that kid with the whale NFT? Why did no one say that the whale NFT was terrible? I mean, I've looked at I mean, you know, for me, he's done well. He's done well. He's made Ethereum. I went to his OpenSea. I went to his OpenSea NFT, and he's done really well. But the whale is created by a kid, and he got media. So he made about 20, 30, 20, 15 Ethereum. Lots of them were being burned off by gas fees. I mean, he's done well. He's one of those came in first. He's done well. But after his subsequent project and work are not picking up speed. So his first batch of whales were doing well, and his second group of I don't know what he's doing next, but it's not doing as much that it should be. So it's really, but again, he's already got a name for himself. He's on all social media. People will be buying from him. He's like the new young artist. So he's doing well. But in fact, it's not hard to create NFTs. I mean, I will show you. Yeah, I will show you guys. So I do have my own. I am also selling NFTs, but nobody's buying it. So it comes to a point where it sounds easy, but nobody's buying anything from me. So I've got my own collection of NFTs. And this is my collection NFT. I'm trying to sell at 1.5 Ethereum, 0.5 Ethereum. It's so easy to create them. I've got PNG files from an artwork which I got off one of my friends who I'm trying to help him sell t-shirt with his artwork, but that t-shirt company failed. So I said, can I get permission to do NFT? He said, do whatever you want. I can churn out an artwork easily. So I've made into artwork form. So I use this as my social media profile sometimes. I call it Deadpool and Vespa Red 1.5. I did this in literally like 2 minutes. So it's easy to post an NFT in 2 minutes. As long as you got artwork, music, video, you can take a picture of your computer screen and send it out. If anybody wants to buy it then. So that's how crazy NFTs are. But the people who are really minting NFTs really well are the ones that's going consistent. They're trying to go with the trend, selling weird stuff like crypto pills, where they sell the same stuff but in different decorative forms. So crypto pill with so those are the guys that's picking up, and you have to go in volume. Yeah, you have to make sure that some celebrities picks it up, and then there you go, free marketing. So it's on a very, very low, very, very raw climate just now. So what do I think of it? It's great. People are making money, fine, as long as it burns lots of Ethereum gas. I own Ethereum. If you own Ethereum, we love it. Simple as that. Okay. So oh, I suppose I'm quite late on looking at the comments. So starting with crypto section of my pro, what is the crypto? So like I said, Ethereum, Kasuma, only on the Kasuma parachain used to, and also the Terra Luna to make your passive income. And polka dots, I do like that. Polygon, I'm having self-doubt about Polygon because I sold my Polygon. I sold my Solano for Polygon, and I'm just kicking myself just now. So the ones Ethereum, polka dots, and Terra Luna. That's the one I will hold as my top three just now. But if things change, I just need to be fast enough to change with them quickly. This is yeah, it sounds scary. I don't know how it's gonna. I don't know how it's gonna go. That's where we are just now, really. Okay, I'm gonna go down quick. Oh, shock and away. Sorry. How do you see OIH going? This thing isn't moving much. OIH, I suppose it is the oil market. It's not moving much, but it's because of the COVID demand. It's really slowing down, and I think we need to wait for the COVID wave to be over before they bounce back up. I'm still holding on my eToro. It's part of my oil play, not much, but it's just we need to wait. I mean, I stopped buying the dip really. It's no point buying the dip. There are other better avenues. But if you want to buy and average it down, but don't go too heavy, don't go like I don't want you to outweigh your portfolio. But as a swing trade, oil still has got hope because once the market stabilizes and once we return back to normality, the oil play will do well, especially Schlumberger and Halliburton. Yeah. Okay, Carrie MC, how you doing, Carrie? It doesn't matter the asset as if you make money. Bias towards crypto is just as silly as you miss the opportunity to make money. Yeah, it doesn't exactly. So I don't see crypto or asset because, like I said earlier on, that stock can go 3, 4, 5x nicely and stable, but cryptos can still go 10, 20x, especially likes of Ethereum, Polkadot, Kasuma, and guys have made 100x and holding and minting, and when things are evolving, as long as you get in early, that's fine. Things will get flushed out through a crash, to a dot-com type bubble boom. But as long as you hold a good quality, don't hold meme coins. There are loads and loads of meme coins coming out, different dogs, different Elon Musk coins, different moon coins. Why waste your money? I bought, I bought Moon Safe Moon for $100. I could have bought Ethereum with Safe Moon, and I could have, 4 or 5 exit because Ethereum back then was like $1,000 an Ethereum. Don't buy meme. Don't buy hype. Buy cryptos with projects. Read the white paper. And one thing I would also advise is like me, I spend times, I've also sort of developed 3 skills, but I'm still, I know about Kusuma Polkadot, I know about Terra Luna, I know about Ethereum. But all I want to say is you just have to focus on one. Don't look at every avenue. Focus on one, study it, specialize in one. That's all you need to know because that's where your money is going to go for crypto. Okay, that's my sharing. Okay, Sri Pavan, thank you very much for Amazon. No problem. I've already had Ethereum. What's your thought? Ethereum Classic? I don't know. It's the same price, really, is it? It's just on a different radar. I mean, soon they're all going to merge. The Classic is the old coin where they had the fork, but just get Ethereum. They're all going the same wavelength, but Ethereum eventually will serve a function. Okay, Ethereum I used to buy NFTs. Ethereum I used to buy your domain names. Ethereum has a functionality serving. So I would convert them all. It's not going to be much loss convert because I don't know. Soon, maybe in 10 years' time, we might be paying our kids' tuition fees or our first mortgage home with Ethereum. We don't know. That's where it's going to, guys. That's where Ethereum is going. It's not just going to serve as a currency. It's going to serve as a functionality of exchange. That's why we need to hold Ethereum. Um, how much research do I have to do for crypto? No, like I said, BNB 360, you have to choose one. Okay, if you want to choose you have to choose the community. Okay, it's the community that helps you. It's not the white paper. Ethereum has got the best community. They've got podcasts. They've got folks that you can follow, and really high intellectual folks. And Ethereum communities are folks who invest in the stock market and they're stagnant like me. It comes to a point I'm stagnating. I've already maxed out what I can do. 20 grand a year, I pop it in if I got spare option trade. But they find that the stock market for them is stagnant. They're moving elsewhere. So Ethereum has got really, really smart people. Bitcoin has got loads of clowns. Terra Luna, loads of finance guys in there. Kasuma, Kasuma, I've got loads of guys who just likes drugs, sex, and rock and roll. I'm sorry to say. It's a bit noisy. Okay, if you want to join the Kasuma network, it's nice, but it's a lot of those. So if you want to choose a community, choose Ethereum or Terra Luna. Kusuma, for me, I was social investing. I was with them for 2 weeks, and man, it was nuts. It was nuts. But I'm out there. I'm out of the community just now. I've gone in to trial experiment, invest, and I'm out. I've done my study. I've got my degree. I'm out. John Tickle, thank you very much. Late, don't worry. I think I've overrun about 1.5 hours. Hopefully, the first 35 minute segment was good. But I'm enjoying this session with everybody's thinking about. Dave Fanning, I've already spoke about Lemonade. So all I say, it's a good stock. Somebody said good buy at 75. My buy point is about 75, 60. Hold it long, let it go. But sometimes when it hits about the 100, 120 mark, if it's boiling, if it's going up too fast, do take some profit because it will keep dipping down. And the only time Lemonade will break away is when they start growing internationally. Okay. Yes, 75. So just keep buying 75. I don't see it growing too quickly until they expand internationally, especially Europe and the new products coming. But regulation is really holding them back. John, you're saying that. Do you remember saying they were undervalued? Do you see them going high? Yes, I see them going higher. I see them going higher. I valued them at 2 grand, 2,500. But remember, the stocks are so scarce. That's why the EPS is so high. So I'm not surprised if in the next 10 years, Goldman Sachs is $1,000 per share and it starts stock splitting. I'm not surprised. So if you're at an age where I'm not judging anybody's age, but you want a bit of stability. It could be 25, but you want some stable stocks. Goldman Sachs is something they own to stabilize the economy. I mean, when interest rates drops again, it's going to be the next financial crash. Then just take it out before it drops. Simple as that. Okay. This info regarding Luna, borrow, earn, govern is awesome and very interesting. Kind of share. Adrian, I'm also learning. I'm also learning from the chat on a Discord channel. But one, I am in the period of trying to experiment. I'm not going to do a video unless I do it myself and see it making money and do all the flaws and the mistakes. I'm getting. I'm going to do it in this week, and hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks, I will share about this information. But it's live session like this that allows me to explain. So keep an eye out. Read up about it. Don't wait for me. Do read up about it. The white paper documentation is really, really good, Adrian. Passive income, 20% or 45% is a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer, especially for for us. If I'm not saying that everybody's got 100 grand. I mean, if I've got a spare, 200 grand, I can pop it in making 20%. That's mind blowing. It could cover, for us, if it covers a mortgage, it covers a whole chunk of our outgoing expenditure. But if you don't have a mortgage, well done. You should retire soon. Yeah. So, yeah. So, quitting eToro. Yeah. So just last weekend, it's good that somebody asked. So, what? It's not me quitting eToro. I've got nothing that went wrong with eToro, really. I mean, water first. Okay. I use eToro maybe for some muscle flex play that I'm a champion investor. Well, one thing that I find is the swing trading. Swing trading was great in 2020. It was great when Biden became president. It was great between January to February to March, April, June. It was great because things were going plus 10%, minus 10%, plus 20%, minus 20% within a span of 2-3 weeks. It was great. But now it's VIX is starting to dampen down, it's slowing. I don't want to do leverage plays because the risk is so high. I'd rather do option trading. So, I'm the same as you guys. I've got a job, I make money. Money don't just pop from midair or from YouTube. They don't really pay me. So my decision is whether to liquidate eToro and go option trading um, in that respect. Because option trading, for example, like AMD, like I said, I like AMD when 104, 105. I could sell a put call on AMD 120. And if it doesn't sell 120, I collect premiums. It does, as long as it doesn't drop below 198, it doesn't drop below the threshold level. If I don't, I collect my premium. So I could keep collecting premium like chicken genius, somewhere that I could consider. So I could option trade the stocks that I like AMD or Coinbase or any stocks that's under $300. I can buy hundreds of these shares and start selling potentially on call puts. So it looks more promising if stocks going sideways, not sideways, but not very volatile, going sideways, creeping up a bit, going sideways, stuff like that. I could make passive income more. The amount of time I spend on eToro is so much. Every afternoon, I will spend an hour looking at something to buy and trade, and the margin of profit coming in is not worth that. So we've got option trading for stocks, or we've got Terra Luna for 20% yield. I mean, you want the smallest amount of time, the maximum amount of gain. So that's why. Kerry, how are you? If hope the last few segment helps to answer question, but that's really it. And J Max, thanks for the. Hope this is the last comment. Hi Alex, Barclays Bank recently blocked Binance. I'm now using Coinbase, but the fees. J, hang on, J, if you're still here, Jay, if you're still here, there's ways to reduce costs on Coinbase. Okay, there's a reason why I moved crypto back in because I want to speak about this. Download the app called Coinbase Pro. Okay, Coinbase Pro. Coinbase and Coinbase Pro are perfect combination. Never buy a stock on Coinbase. Okay, when you put your money on Coinbase, transfer it from your Coinbase wallet to your Coinbase Pro. I hope I do a video again, but let me repeat. Coinbase wallet to Coinbase Pro. When you go on Coinbase Pro, then do your trades there, and the fees will go from like that. Okay, it will just go really, really squashed. So, like for example, if I bought Ethereum, they charge me like $20. But if I go on Coinbase Pro, they charge me like £3, for like 1 or 2 Ethereums that I buy. So go Coinbase Pro, buy it, and once you receive your coin, transfer it back to Coinbase, and it's all free. It's all free. The only reason why I use Coinbase is you can swap coins. Let's say you can go Ethereum, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can swing that trade when it goes up and down, and it's all free and it's really, really quick. So don't buy Coinbase on Coinbase, buy it on Coinbase Pro to reduce the fees. Okay. And or alternative, use crypto.com. But crypto.com, it's a bit of a learning curve. Too many things happening, same as Binance, but Coinbase, you can make it cheaper. Hopefully, maybe a video that I should do, how to save fees on Coinbase. I'm sure somebody has done it on YouTube. I think that's how I learned it, but maybe it's not that clear. But do check it out. If I do release a video, hopefully that will help you. Yep. Okay. So I think that's the end. That's the end. I think everybody must be tired listening to my voice for 1.5 hours. But before I go, if you're still here, I'm doing a live coaching session tomorrow on how to buy FOMO stocks. So if anybody's interested, you can join in. I know it's a paid session. I think the paid session is about $10 or there's a subscription fees. But if anybody's interested who wants to trial it, I've got free coupons to give out for 30 days. I think I've given it to a couple of folks on the last session. So email me on alexcoyt, alexcoyt at gmail.com. Yes. So if you guys are members or if you got a free pass or if you want to drop in, do join me on live spot coaching. I'm talking about how to buy FOMO stocks. I've done my experiment with Kusama and I managed to catch the stride and made good profit. So I really want to share, do and don'ts and what we can do. Because FOMO stocks, it's FOMO. It doesn't mean it's taboo stocks. You still can buy it. So thank you very much. Have a good day and have a good evening, everybody. It's time for me to go to bed. Bye. And hit the like, subscribe button.